the same time for some reason.
Hi, I'm Dolph Lundgren. I'm honored to introduce you to Hardcut Vodka. Made in the Rocky Mountains with, did I just say Rocky? Well, whatever. Made with fresh spring water, giving you the cleanest, best tasting, most badass vodka I've ever tasted. Yes, I've tasted them all. Welcome to Idaho, where our award-winning vodka is made. The combination of cool nights, warm days, and Rocky Mountain snow melt water creates a unique environment where local Idaho farmers can produce the high-quality russet potatoes that makes Hardcut so uniquely smooth and delicious. In fact, we recently won double gold at the 2024 San Francisco Spirits Competition in a blind tasting. My wife Emma and I created this brand 5 years ago from scratch. Finally getting some use out of my chemical engineering degree. It's about time. Vodka is the top-selling liquor in the United States, yet about only 1% of all vodka is made from potatoes, despite what many believe to be a much superior taste. We really think Hardcut is a cut above the rest. We're bringing this amazing vodka to market, and now you can be part of it. Our strategy is to deliver best-in-class quality and flavor, along with entertaining fun and memorable marketing. Just like in the movies, except this time we're talking vodka, Hardcut Vodka. So join me in building this brand. As an investor in the Hardcut Vodka Company, you can be co-owner of our brand. To vodka, badass.
All right. Good to see everybody. Let me bring up our presentation here.
Okay.
Here we are. All right. Everyone see that? Dolph, you see that presentation all right?
Yeah, I got it. Sure.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome to our webinar. And we are going to present to you guys Hardcut Vodka and all the proof you need. We're going to take you through the story of this brand, and Dolph is going to share his insights and thoughts on how the brand was created, and you know we'll go about 15 minutes, and then we'll have some Q&A at the end. So how's that sound, everyone? Good. So you know the place we want to start out with, Dolph, is you know the impetus of creating Hardcut. What was the inspiration? Where did the idea come from? What was the passion? Where did the passion come from?
Hey, Steve. Good to see you there on the East Coast. I'm here in Los Angeles. Some folks may have seen me in the movies over the years. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was shooting a thing for the History Channel, a new series called History's Greatest Machines. And it was a time for me to actually use my education a bit, because it's about a lot of scientific things, it's about rockets, about military equipment. And I started before I got into acting. I was a chemical engineer. I was like, my dad is an engineer, my older brother's an engineer, and my own younger brother's an engineer. So that's how I started. And came over to America on a scholarship, Fulbright scholarship, and then got somehow pulled into show business and done about 100 movies now, I think, but I haven't really used my education a whole lot. So yeah, last couple of days felt really cool. And also that brings me to our vodka brand. Distillation and producing large quantities of chemical compounds is kind of what you're trained to do as a chemical engineer. So it came about in a very strange way because I was dating my current wife, Emma, who's a Norwegian girl, and I was dating her, and I couldn't find a vodka I liked, and she told me, you should make your own. You're a chemical engineer, you played a Russian a couple of times, and at first I thought, no, I don't know about my own liquor brand, and then I looked at the vodka section on the back bar. It didn't look too exciting compared to tequila and whiskey and bourbon and so forth. So we set out this long journey about 5 years ago to create this brand. And, it took a lot of work, to come up with a name. I didn't realize how much work it was. The name came up with the name Hard Cut because it's a tough brand, and hard cut's an editing term. You hard cut from LA to New York, and when you're posting a movie. And then the most important thing, of course, was the vodka itself. And we tested a lot of vodkas. It was hard work. Had to drink about 40, 50 vodkas from Poland and Sweden, and a lot of them from Europe. And then we started looking in America, and we found one in Idaho, as a matter of fact, which was very good. It was a potato vodka, and we realized that potato is gives a much smoother, creamier mouthfeel and a smoother finish. And when we were playing around with different alcohol strengths, we also realized that 90 proof, 45% is kind of a sweet spot. That's where the alcohol brings out the flavor. It has a little more punch, and it kind of lives up to its name, hard cut vodka. And also, it's my vodka, so it can't be puny. It has to kick some butt. So yeah, so that's kind of how the story started, and I've been using my chemical engineering, not just talking to the distillers up in Idaho. It's actually Rigby, Idaho, in the southeastern corner. The Rocky Mountain water, the potatoes, the special distillation, 5 days fermentation. And it's also distilled at high altitude, which makes it even cleaner than all the other vodkas. So that was part of it. But then, of course, one has to create a company and a business plan. And I didn't know much about the liquor business. And that's how I met our good friend Steve over here, Steve Luckman, who he's done as much in the liquor industry now as I've done in the movie business. So it was a good kind of exchange. And he took over, and we created Hard Cut Hard Cut Vodka Inc. and brought on a team of specialists to bring this vodka to market. And we've been on the market for about 7.5 months now. And out of 2 of those months, we've been doing some crowdfunding. So, Steve, anyway, so I'm very
Yeah.
passionate about this. I just want to say that everything I've done as an athlete, as a scholar, as an actor, I always try to excel. I always try to do the very best I can, and also I also try to make the public, please the public, make the consumer, make the moviegoer happy, and that's what I want to do here too.
So, Dolph, why vodka?
Well, like I said, first of all, I used to drink a lot of vodka when I was younger in Sweden. I moved here when I was in my 20s, 40 years ago. And vodka is kind of has a good spot in my heart from when I was a kid. It's most vodkas I used to drink. Some of them are very smooth. I don't know. I can't even remember what they were called, but they didn't taste like some of the vodkas now. They're more like aviation fuel. So I thought one vodka was a market market that hadn't really been explored, and I was kind of interested to see what one could do with a vodka brand, with a taste, first of all, and then realized, of course, that vodka is the biggest of all liquor markets, by size, by revenue, and so that was a great opportunity as a businessman.
Yeah, it's huge. This chart here shows a little bit of that. I mean, the total global spirits industry is 249 billion, and 197 billion in 2023. The vodka is nearly 1/3 of that, 53 billion. And if we just look at the ultra premium vodka, that's 6 billion. So it's a lot of vodka that people are drinking. It's still the most popular spirit out there in terms of volume.
I think it's the most popular, but it's also something that people aren't really familiar with different tastes, and that some vodka made from corn, some from grain, some from potatoes in it. There is just as many different tastes and and types of vodka as there is tequila. But most people have their favorite tequila, but vodka is just something people kind of take for granted. They all taste the same, but they don't.
Yeah, one thing, Dolph, you and I talk about is the 7 year itch or the 7 year switch. We studied the vodka industry, and there's been this evolution of vodka over the years. No doubt getting better and better, but it seems like every 7 years, somebody wants the generation wants to drink something different, something new. You had an insight with vodka in terms of the hard cut. You want to tell people about that?
Well, something new. Obviously, I think the newest thing is hard cut vodka because it's potato. Only 1% of all vodka in America is made from potato. It's a little more expensive, a little more complicated, but it's certainly, as most people agree, has a much better mouthfeel. It's creamy, it's smooth. I mean, if I give my vodka straight to anybody in a bar when I do my guest bartending gigs or anybody France, everybody takes a sip and they're kind of ready for that harsh back of the throat taste, and there's not there, and they go, "Wow, this is so smooth." So I think the hard cut is not just that it's stronger, but when you do fraction when you do pot distillation, batch distillation, you say you hard cut out the heads and the tails, and you get the best part, the heart, the middle. And that's kind of how you could describe a fractional distillation the same way that you have four columns, and using these four columns you purify the vodka so it becomes you hard cut out all the stuff you don't want, and it becomes very, in our case, very clean, pure, and crisp, and very smooth.
Yeah, and the more alcohol is kind of a counter trend. I mean, I guess we all read about people drinking less alcohol, but the fact is there's a counter trend going on of more alcohol. Why did you decide to have vodka with 90 proof versus the traditional 80 proof?
Well, for a few reasons. One, the taste is better. It brings out the taste of the alcohol, kind of is a taste magnifier. So if you stick it in a cocktail, it just magnifies all the other ingredients, all the other tastes. But I think also, I just came from the gym, and I like to eat healthy. I like to work out. And I like to relax and have a drink. I mean, one reason I stay in shape is so I can have a dessert if I feel like it, or I can have a drink. And when I have a drink, I like to make it something special. And to me, the hard cut vodka, the proposition of being stronger, having a little more punch, it works for me because that way,
Yeah.
you get a more for that flavor and more feeling in one drink. You get that, as we say, that hard cut feeling.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a philosophy out there is if you want to do it right. So, if you're gonna, I have a friend that has a chip company called Masa, and they're just, they went into school and did great chips. I know your philosophy here is, you know what, at the end of the day or after a workout, I want to have a drink. It's mental health. It's a little bit of relaxation. And if I'm going to have a drink, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to I'm going to make that drink worth it.
Exactly. It should be worth it, and hard cut is worth it because you get more of everything, more flavor. It's smoother, it's stronger. You get it more for your money, better package. And I think, like I said before, when you're if you work hard and if you have ambition, if you want to do something in life, like I've done most of my life, been pretty ambitious, but I also like to relax. And I think sometimes if you work too much and you never relax, that can be very unhealthy. It could, even people who are on a diet all the time, it could be counterproductive. So I think having that balance, which so I think back in the day, people had a little more of that. People kind of
Hmm.
drink after work, and they had a little more time. They didn't have to be on their phones all the time, and so it's a little bit of a throwback to the Rat Pack days. We have a little bit of that feeling in our marketing too.
Yeah, and we've gotten a lot of awards. I mean, the greatest award of all is the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Last year, we won the double gold, and to win the double gold, all the judges have to judge that 10 out of 10, and only if every single one judges out of 10 out of 10 does it get double gold. We also got best in class, best of category gold medal winner at the ADI, the American Distilling Institute's International Spirits Competition. We recently won platinum at the LA Spirits Awards. We also got two other awards. Tony Abu Ghanem from Las Vegas, we won the top gold there, and we also got gold at the San Diego Spirits Awards. So, the product seems to really deliver, Dolph. I mean, whenever we taste it, you and Emma, I remember had something when you first set out on this project called the Make a Face test. What was that about?
Yeah, that was Emma, my wife came up with that. Basically, if you have a drink of any liquor straight up and you make a face, it's no good.
Yeah,
So, like I think I said before, our vodka, 9 out of 10 times, people don't make a face.
yeah.
And I can even tell them before, or not tell them, and people are surprised. And usually it's a bit, they have a sip, and there's this kind of a smirk comes across their face because they realize that they haven't tasted anything like that before. So
Hmm.
I think so. So the way I see our challenge is, how do you bring this product to the masses, to as many people as possible, so they can enjoy what we're enjoying.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. How do you like to drink it? I think you have one special way that I know, but you have a few thoughts there.
Yeah, well, obviously, like I mentioned, you could drink it straight up over big rock. It's quite nice in a rocks glass. Um, no lemon, no zest, just straight up. Um, And the other one that we experimented with when I first started, we had a bartender, Philip Duff, is an Irish, of course. He taught me through a bartending course, and we experimented with a martini, and we came up with a 5-to-1 martini, which is 1 part vermouth, dry vermouth, and 5 parts hard cut. So it's there on the
Yeah,
left.
it's delicious. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
and
one
it's very
here.
smooth because the vodka is so clean that if you put too much vermouth in, it kind of takes over. So we like to, serve that. You mix them over ice, stir it 45 seconds, and then bond was wrong. It's stirred, not shaken, and then just pour it over a big rock, preferably in a rocks glass, and then you garnish it with 3 Italian olives, not with the pimiento. Forget the pepper because that takes over the taste too much. Just those really nice, a little more expensive Italian olives, and it's fabulous.
Yeah, this recipe in the middle is fantastic. I know Emma, your wife, found the juice at Bristol Farms, and it just goes, it just goes great with fresh juices. Any juice you like, I really like it with that. Espresso martini, outstanding. I have to say that I just like it with vodka and soda. I mean, a vodka soda and the twist of fruit, or even just a peel, is how I've been drinking it.
Yeah, there are many ways to drink it. I do think that most people who've gotten to know our vodka, they like to be a bit of a special occasion when they open it, when they drink it, because it is very inviting and it's a very cozy feeling. I think the additional alcohol makes you feel good too.
Yeah, definitely helps stand up. So, Duff, I mean, where are you in your career? I mean, listen, we all know you, and you've been over 90 movies. Where are you in your career as as an actor and all the things you do? What's going on in your career, and where does this fit in?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I've been working on the vodka a lot now, let's say last year, especially since we launched. I've been very busy with it on a daily basis, number of hours every day. I do have a thing at Netflix, a series called The Witcher that just opened, just premiered a new season, and I'm in one of the kind of a special standalone movie there, which was fun. We shot that a couple of years ago in South Africa. Um, I also, like I mentioned, I'm in the new History Channel series, The World's Greatest Machines, where I describe some of the machines that made our society, made us what we are today. While we're sitting here, having this webinar and our iPhones and stepping into a car to drive to a meeting, and how did these things, how were they invented? Very interesting. That's coming out in January. I have another couple of small movies that I'm working on. One is in London. Actually, I'm going next week for a week. I have a
Cool.
documentary about myself, actually, that I co-produced, which we're showing at the Turin Film Festival in about 2 weeks. And
Nice.
yeah, and it was playing. We actually Hardcut sponsored a new Newport Beach Film Festival where we screened the doc, and I think it went over pretty well. We're now trying to get the proper distribution. I
Yeah.
think as everybody knows there's a lot of docs out there floating around, so you have to find the right partner.
Well,
So
the
yeah,
reviews have been great. Sounds like it's a very personal documentary. It sounds like pretty hard hitting.
yeah, it's hard hitting. It's about my life, how I came from Sweden. It's about a lot of battles I've been through, physical and mental and emotional, and also the vodka is part of it too. Towards the end.
Cool. Cool. And one thing I should point out, I mean, Dolph, you worked on this, 1 year longer than I. It's been a 5, 6 year labor of love, and we spent a lot of time. Whether it's the naming of the hard cut, we designed you and Emma designed the bottle yourselves, the logo, the juice. One thing I wanted to point out is, we wanted to get people's input before we launched it, get some input with some consumer feedback, and this slide shows that vodka drinkers love it, men love it, 21 to 29-year-old love it. So we've gotten some really good feedback on the concept. Don, if you want to talk a bit about the name Hard Cut and your approach to designing the bottle.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay, sure. Quickly, I could just mention that from the beginning, Emma wanted the bottle. She said it should be like dolphin a bottle. She said like the shoulders and has kind of like a hard cut look, one would say. And
Hmm.
we wanted to make it kind of clean and crisp, like the vodka, and with a little tough. Most of the vodka bottles are kind of elongated. And this one is a little more masculine, I would say. The name I think I mentioned before, came from editing from
Hmm.
hard cut from LA to New York, and also hard cut bottle. There's a hard cut diamond. You could say like, okay, some of my movie characters, you could define them as being quite hard cut,
Yeah.
carrying various firearms and tools and weapons around. Uh, so yeah, that's what we wanted everything to sort of blend together and present I wouldn't say hardcore brand, but it has kind of a tougher image,
Yeah.
and than some of the other vodka brands.
Yeah, our mantra's been hard cut, smooth taste. That's the thing that we initially gravitated on. It's about strength, but it's refined strength. It's strength with a bit of savoir faire, and the love that goes into liquid. Potato is 4 times the cost of wheat. Significantly more expensive than corn for a reason. It gives a lot more viscosity and flavor. And what's interesting is, we don't have to filter our liquid because the water that we use is so pure.
Exactly. Yeah. The water comes from the Snake River reservoir, and yeah, it's so pure. They also use something called reverse osmosis, which is actually an apparatus I worked on when I was in college. I came over from Sweden at that. Before I moved here, I was here studying. I was at Clemson University, and we were working on actually a shower system for the space shuttle. This is right before it launched in 1980, and we actually, well, our job was to run around. A couple of grad students run around, get sweaty, take a shower. It was in the South, so you got pretty sweaty. Take showers and run it through
Cool.
a reverse osmosis system, and that reverse osmosis system is it's better than any other filtration system, and that's what they're using up in Idaho. So the water is so clean it doesn't need the carbon filtration that the other brands use.
A chemical engineering degree is coming in handy.
Yes, finally.
Yeah. So we got a lot of traction. I mean, we have a retail presence. We're in California, Florida, and New York. I mean, we're now in California at all the Bevmos and the Totals. Same thing with Florida with ABC, all the ABCs, and we're in Total there. Um, we certainly have the award recognition. We're with Southern Glazers, who's the top distributor in the U.S. We do have direct to consumer, so we can deliver legally to all 44 states in the United States through. You just go to our website and you can order, and you can order from our website to 7 EU countries in Europe. So one thing, Dolph, that you've been very active on is up in the upper right-hand corner here, premium placement and getting us into some very prestigious U.S. restaurant bars and restaurants, particularly in Hollywood and Beverly Hills and Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. Yeah. Emma and I, we started, as soon as we knew that we were doing this, we started speaking to people at cool restaurants like Cipriani's, Mr. Tao, Sky Bar, Medeo, and so forth. And a lot of people were supportive out of the gate. I hadn't even tasted the vodka, but we go there a lot and we get along with some of these people. And when they tasted the vodka, of course, then they got really excited and brought us in. And I think it's quite good for the business because people that go to these restaurants are movers and shakers in Hollywood, and you want to kind of convert them as well and give them an experience that they can talk about because it sort of trickles top down as well. So I think that's why these outlets are very important. I've been working on other ones like Sunset Tower Restaurant and yeah, there are a bunch of other big ones that we still want to get into, once we expand the brand. Actually, Tao is a very good partner that we have here in LA. They're also very big in Vegas when we go to Nevada, and we're also in their New York restaurant. We have some New York Metro accounts Bemelman's Bar, for instance, in the Carlisle Hotel.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, Bevelman's is one of the biggest supplier martini producers and bars that in terms of volume, in terms of just martinis in New York City, it's huge, massive. Yeah. Um, Early success. It sounds like there's been a lot of marketing buzz. Anything you want to highlight there, Duff?
well, I mean, we're trying to hit social media and show why we're different and how we're different and have fun with it. We take the taste seriously, but the media, we're trying to have fun with our social and be entertaining and a little bit of a Hollywood brand. Um, so that's something we're ramping up. We're learning. Uh, you learn from experience. We've been out for 7.5 months now, so we're still early on. And obviously, anytime I have a movie coming out, like for instance with The Witcher, I haven't done that much press for it yet, but I will. And anytime I have a project released, and I will try to plug the vodka for free, kind of thing. So we'll, we get some freebies there. So that feels good. People are responding well to it. Emma is in charge of the social, and she's done a really great job.
Seems like we've gotten a lot of press, a lot of, Rolling Stone. You were recently featured in Market Watch, which is a Wall Street Journal. You've been on some TV shows, some podcasts. One thing, is you assembled a great team. Um, I think this is our team with Emma and myself. Mark Levitt is our strategic finance. Joshua Friedman is our sales director, and Philip Duff is our director of Vodka, very much an on-premise specialist. And then we have a really strong team of advisors. Uh, Brian, who's been extremely helpful, and Bjorn has been a partner from day one. And recently, we brought on Bill Henderson, who actually created and designed Grey Goose for Sidney Frank back in the day. He also worked on Casamigos. Randy Ornstein from GoPuff and Bevmo. Jerry Schweitzer, who's kind of the Hall of Famer in terms of being a strategic planner from the various agencies. And then Nish Gupta, who was the founding CEO of Betty Buzz, Betty Booze. He actually was the banker who sold aviation to Diageo, and he's currently the CEO of Compass Box. So, I guess, Dolph, your philosophy is, surround yourself with talent.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, these guys are talented. They have a lot of experience. It's comforting to be able to ask them questions about details and about go-to-market strategy. And you know, we have a bigger raise planned next year, and to increase the value of the company. And at that point, they'll be very helpful as well. So,
Yeah,
and especially Brian and Bjorn have been, they're friends of mine and have been very helpful and on a daily basis. So, yeah, it feels
yeah,
comforting to have them on our what do you say, on our team.
yeah. It's like a sports team.
Yeah.
So, now, before we talk about use of funds, Dolph, how have we been funding this company, and why crowdfunding?
Well, when we first started, I funded it personally, and then I brought in my old friend Bjorn, and we put up some private funds there. We then kind of increased the sphere a little bit, expanded the sphere up to friends and family, raised uh, let's say $1.5 million, 2 million, um, to get this thing going, to buy all the liquor, to produce 4,000 cases, et cetera, et cetera. Hire all the people, do all the design work and all of that. And I think the next natural step after friends and family were fans and regular people, because my type of movies, I make action movies, they're seen by regular people, and they're my fans, and I meet them at the Comic Cons. And
Hmm.
I thought, when I heard about crowdfunding, first I wasn't sure really, because I didn't know what it was. But then I thought, well, this is kind of perfect for me, because this is what I do. Is I touch the common man, the people in all, from lawyers to valet parkers to other actors to people in the sports business. And now, because of crowdfunding being a new device that people can invest as little as $500, and it's easier for the company to do this. And you don't have to be a accredited investor. You could be a regular person, and you can actually buy stock directly in the company. I think it's only been around for what, 5 years or something like that.
Yeah,
Less.
yeah. It's kind of democratization of private equity. It's giving people access to early private deals.
Yeah, and that way, not just do we get a way to fund our company without say a banker coming in saying, well, I want to get, 40% of your company, but I like majority board. So now
Hmm.
suddenly
Hmm.
I'm not in control anymore. And somebody may say, the name Hard Cut, I don't know if it's so
Yeah,
good. We need a different bottle or something.
it's
So
soft cut.
Yeah, soft cut.
Yeah, yeah,
Medium cut. So I
yeah.
thought, yeah, so I did not want to do that. We actually had
Hmm.
a couple of people, some companies came to us early on, were interested in doing just that, but we said no. And now we can actually get funding, but we also get people that can help spread the gospel of hard cut vodka and be supporters of our brand.
Yeah, and the use of funds are first we need inventory. So, just producing, getting the bottles, getting the closures, the producing the liquid and getting the finished goods in the warehouse. And then sales and marketing. I mean, sales happens with people working with our distributors. We're partnered, as we mentioned, with Southern Glazers, the top distributor in the country, but we do have our own salespeople. And then marketing to amplify the brand, whether it's PR or paid media events and what have you. Um, yeah, we'd love to take any questions you guys have. If you guys if you guys raise your hand, I can turn you on, and any questions you guys have, if you want, you can ask. Oh, we have some right here in the Q&A. So let me read those first. So this is for Jens Schoenvetter. You are in the end of November in Hamburg, yes? So are you going to Hamburg? Hamburg,
End of
Germany?
November in Hamburg. No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm going to Turin at the end of November
Okay.
in Italy.
Okay.
But I love Hamburg. I mean, I've been there many times, so hopefully I'll get there soon.
Okay. All right. Let's hear from Emma. Emma, you just raised your hand. No? Thought she had something to say. Larry Brain, Dolph, huge fan, sir. Love your documentary. I love Harka, and I'm a huge supporter. I want to know if you will design a hard cut holiday gift box thing we can buy. So yeah, Larry's asking, are we gonna design a hard cut holiday gift box?
That's a great idea. You know, we've been talking about it. We had some VIP boxes when we first started. I think we're quite good. And yeah, we'll look into it. Great idea. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll get that information from Top Shelf.
Okay. We do have a question from an anonymous attendee. How many sales revenue have been in 7.5 months? What states? So we're in California, Florida, and New York. We've sold about 900 cases year to date. We'll do about, in terms of revenue, probably about 350,000, $400,000, I believe. Does that sound right, Dolph?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about right. Yeah.
And then Sebastian Servan, three questions. Is crowdfunding for non-US residents, so EU as far as I'm concerned? Yeah, I believe we can. EU, anybody can. I think the only rubs are the UK and Canada. Something with qualified investors from the UK and Canada is a no-go. Is that right, Dolph?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Canada, unfortunately, no. The UK, you have to be accredited investor, but I don't know
Okay.
exactly how they define it. I think it's a fairly loose definition, and I
Yeah.
think go onto the site, it will it will tell you how to get it done. Because I know Start Engine wants to raise money, so they make it fairly easy for people.
Hmm. And the third question was, oh, is there a minimum amount to invest? Yeah, I think it's about 400 and it's just under $500, Sebastian. And Dolph, are there any plans to launch and have an event in Paris, France?
Well, not right now, but you know, we are looking at Europe. We are looking at launching in Europe. Probably start in Scandinavia, well, because Emma is Norway and I'm from Sweden. Probably start there and then work our way down. So, you know, Germany, we have France, of course, and look, love to have an event in Paris. I mean, that is my favorites. Everybody loves Paris, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Très bien.
yeah.
Um, so we are available, I should say, in France, Sebastian. You can go to our website, go to the upper left-hand corner, and you'll see EU store, and you can order product directly for delivery. So France is one of the markets that we can deliver. There's about 7 markets in the EU where it's legal to ship direct to consumer. Peter Camperos is asking, super excited to be a potential investor. Thank you, Peter. What are your plans for 2026 and how much are you trying to raise on crowdfunding?
Steve, I mean, yeah, I can talk to you about plans. Right now we're focusing on Southern Cal. Um, we Next year we plan to focus more on all of California, New York Metro, and we're modestly in Florida right now with total, but I'm gonna start going to Florida to support that. Also, we're looking at Nevada, probably second half of next year, because it's very close to Los Angeles, kind of a Hollywood market, and they drink a lot of vodka. So
Hmm.
that is sort of those are the markets we're looking into. And well, Steve, I guess I would say the first target is 1 million, and the second would be
Yeah,
2.
yeah. John Zarnecki asks, can you comment on the expected revenue growth going forward for hard cut and the timing? To be honest, John, we actually can't legally. That would be considered from the SEC a forward-looking statement. And with the SEC and crowdfunding, we are not allowed to speak towards forward-looking statements such as revenue growth. However, obviously our goal is to incubate a brand, a great brand, and to make it as popular as possible. Vodka is it's the deep end of the swimming pool. It's where most of the volume is. Our goal is simple: is to win share. We think we have a superior vodka. We I think Dolph's insight was right on the money. Is 50, 90 proof is the sweet spot. It stands up in your drink with class. It has great flavor and viscosity. So we think we can win a lot of share and be a major brand. Peter wants our cool t-shirts. So um, basically, Peter, if you go to our website, you'll see merch and you go to that store and you can order this exact t-shirt in any size you want. So um, so another anonymous attendee, how are the sales at Bevmo? Can you buy cases there at the venues? Hardcut is in now. Are they requesting it by name now? So, I mean, sales in Bevmo have been excellent. I mean, we're in all 141 stores. You can buy a case. In fact, I have a photo of a guy, Dolph, remember the first event in West Hollywood where that guy, people were buying it by the case there. And we are seeing reorders, and people are ordering it by name in a lot of the places we are. We have people coming in asking for the product. Um,
Yeah, and it takes time to spread the word. Any brand you start from zero. So, we're trying to spread the word, like I said, starting in California and getting people familiarized with it from social media, from my press, from seeing ads and so forth. We're starting a digital marketing campaign shortly in the next couple of weeks, not just for crowdfunding, but also for our brand as such. And we're starting to do a sort of scientific evaluation of exactly how to increase the sales, and that's focusing on California first.
Um, Excellent. Michigan. So Michelle Clements is a martini lover, and she's anxious to get some hard cut in Michigan. As a shareholder, I would also like to give some to my friends. Do you have a timeline for availability here? Well, Michelle, I can tell you, Michigan is a great market. I love that market. It's a great state for vodka and for selling alcohol. I believe you can order the product online for Michigan. I believe so. I think that's one of the states where you can and you should be able to order it for gifting. So hopefully I'm not wrong.
And
Um,
try the 5-to-1 martini if you get hold of it. If you get hold
exactly.
of hard cut, yeah.
Um, any future plans to expand into the UK? I
Well,
guess
we're
London.
talking to a couple of people, right, Stu?
Yeah. Yeah, we got a great guy named Seymour Ferrer who's kind of like another Hall of Famer when it comes to the spirit industry, and he has a new distributor there that we're very excited talking to him about. So we're gonna talk to him about that. Um, in fact, just responded to an email to him that we'd love to discuss it in January.
Hey, by the way,
Jorge,
I should
yeah.
see him. I'll be there next week.
Oh, okay. You gonna see him?
Well, we have to
Okay.
set that up.
Yeah.
I haven't had time yet because of all
Forgot
the,
about that. I forgot about that.
yeah.
Jorge Cerrone asked why crowdfunding for hard cut vodka. Jorge, I think Dolph mentioned earlier that the first step was he funded it himself, him and his friend Bjorn, and then friends and family. And really, the idea was opening up to friends and democratizing the opportunity to support the brand and be a part of this.
Cool.
I saw hard cut hats and flasks. Will they be sale soon? So that's hats and flasks stuff.
I have to speak to Emma. I know the
Yeah,
hatch is next. Yes, I hear over
yeah,
there. Yeah, and the
yeah.
flasks are a good idea too. We just made them for a special for National Vodka Day. We made the flasks, but hopefully we'll sell those as well. What do you think, Emma? Huh? We're gonna get rocks glasses too, with
Yeah,
our logo.
definitely. Um, with your celebrity status, does it help in fundraising process? From I don't know who.
It helps a little bit. I think that obviously, it helps the brand and getting free marketing, and it gets us, more on-premise accounts than if I was just a regular person walking in trying to get, an account at Mr. Chow's or something. But it doesn't really help. It helps a little bit, but I think if you're trying to raise bigger amounts, you really need people really look at the numbers. People want to make their money back. They want to create value. Our company, our job is to create value for the company, for our shareholders, for you guys. That's our goal. Um, and whether you're a celebrity or not, that's what you have to focus on.
Um, Someone wants to know what is the situation with working on hard cut with acting? Is acting paused? Are you doing both at the same time? And
I'm
what's
doing both at the same time, and it's been a little challenging because the vodka takes a lot of time, the company takes a lot of time, but it's actually refreshing now to go on a film set and sit in the trailer, have somebody show up. Hey, Mr. Lundgren, can we get you anything? You want some coffee? We need you in 45 minutes, and I can lay back and make some calls, and then I gotta go and you know, deliver lines that somebody else wrote. It's not that hard, but sometimes you got to, do a fight or something, which is a little more strenuous. But I think they go well together, and I hope that my acting career can still do well, and that I can marry one could play off the other.
yeah.
So can we take a couple
Someone,
of questions and then wrap it
yeah, a
up?
couple more. Another person wants you. This one in Dusseldorf, Jens Schönwetter, and then someone posted a hard cut fan video on Instagram where a potato transforms into a hard cut potato vodka bottle. So I don't know if you saw that hard cut. Did you guys see that hard cut fan video where a potato
Did you see it,
transforms
Emma?
into a?
Did you see it, Emma?
I didn't see it. I
The
don't.
bottle
I'll check it
compared.
out.
What is that from the Spanish guy?
No, no, it's from PC Guests. So
We
don't
gotta check
know.
it. Where is it?
Good question. We'll check it out. PC. Oh, he said, see hard cut vodka Instagram account TAGGE4D. Okay. All right, guys. Well, listen, I think we really appreciate your guys' attendance and questions. Obviously, this is recorded, so we'll share it with the broader community. We're really happy for those that have already invested. Thank you. Please spread the word, share the love, share the hard cut, and cheers. Thank you for joining. Dolph, thank you for answering all the questions and sharing your story. It's very inspiring.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for hosting this, and thanks everyone for listening. We'll do another webinar hopefully next month, and yeah, look forward to more interesting questions.
Take care, everybody. Thanks, Dolph. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.